everyone, Andrew T here back with another Total War League Siege Season 4 battle. And today we're kicking off the playoffs with a matchup between Guerrilla War. Oh no, it's Pussy Revolters here on attack with Moby Dick as Seleucid and his teammate John Bog. He goes by the name Your Stepsis in game as Parthia. And then the Gorillas themselves, undefeated up till this point in group stage, with Hyena as Iceni and his teammate Dare as Nabatea. So yeah, this is the first matchup. This is actually the very first battle of the playoffs. So throughout the playoffs, I'm going to cover one battle each video. I might cover both finals matchup battles, and I'm just going to pick the most, like I've been doing through group stage, I'm going to pick the most entertaining, or at least closest battle, because entertaining is kind of subjective. I'm going to pick the closest battle of each matchup. And that happened to be the very first battle, and at the end I'll tell you the result of the other one. So without further ado, let's get the replay rolling. So I'll look at army comps. You will have already seen them by now. Interesting. Oh yeah. So this is the Athens settlement on medium, so there's no defensive wall artillery. That's just to help make the attack a little bit easier. Okay, I was wondering, I didn't hear any audio, but I don't know, maybe my audio is turned down or something. Apologies for that. It's not too important though. You can focus more on my voice. But yeah, I was wondering at first, for a second, because I forgot there's no defensive wall artillery, so I'm like, why are they not protecting their ballista? So let's see. Mercenary hoplites, interesting. Probably 7 Parthian swords, it looks like it. A hillman. 4 Parthian foot archers, a Median cav, and a royal cataphract. Interesting, two cav on attack. It is Parthia though, but I'm a bit surprised it's the Median, not another cataphract. And Seleucids got their 4 Syrians, Thraeos, 2 hillmen. Another Thraeos. We have a Levy Freeman sailing out the gate, as well as an Aberdeen sword. Probably 7 or close to 7 thorax. And some more coming out of the woods. Sorry, my throat's a bit sore. Might be clear my throat a bit throughout this video. This is a pretty highly anticipated matchup. Pretty good first round. There's 3 rounds in the playoffs. There's quarterfinals, semis, and then finals. There's also a third place game. It's the first season we've had that. I'd like to keep it going. Not a whole lot for me to cover right now, although, let's see, Levy Spearmen on the wall, they won't have any jabbies. They're probably just the soak-ups, the tower rounds, because the towers still do have, on medium settlements, a Scorpion on top, but the defenders cannot bring in defensive artillery. So, pretty standard, appears to be a pretty standard attack, at least as far as where they're choosing to attack from. I'm honestly never a big fan of Parthia on attack, unless you're in a settlement where it's pretty easy to get cav in. But at least when you attack from this side, this is not one of them, because just 2 choke points pretty much, and only one of them is viable to push, at least at the beginning, because if you push this way, you're giving up sword side shots over here, and these Nabatean heavy archers will not let that happen. And then this is, you have to push this way first, and yeah, it's front-on shots, but after a while, slingers will start to whittle you down even frontally. Especially Britain slingers and any slingers that are above the 20 damage. They'll start to really work away on units even through front shots. That's one thing I've really learned this season from both me using them and watching them being used. Slingers are very good. I think a lot of people might underrate them. Like, I'm starting to think that Balearic Slingers slash Rhodians are basically the same unit. Might be my favorite unit in the game. It's probably either them or the Numidian light infantry. It's interestingly enough, I love that unit. Probably my favorite, definitely my favorite low tier unit. Except for maybe Hastati. Gotta love Hastati. Swordband will wreck this Hillman if they don't get supported. Not not really a reason to send this Hillman in. I guess maybe he thought he was gonna get caught out trying to get back over the wall, so he just threw him in. Yeah, went in decisively. Yeah, he'll try to get. Okay, Hyena, Athens got his slingers on the wall, but Moby Dick's gonna try to get his Hillman in behind. Looks like he'll be able to. These swordband have such like little armor on them that looks like they're naked warriors or swords. Artillery, oh, focusing the scorpion. They've broken one. Good job by Iceni making sure the scorpion doesn't have really any units. I'd even move this slinger back a bit. So that way, if they're going to shoot your scorpion with their artillery, they're not going to get any extra value. And actually, if they like use up most of their artillery ammo just trying to destroy the scorpion, that's a positive trade for the defenders. I did not see this Levy Freeman get thrown in, but Moby Dick's got a thorax now, but he will be getting shot. It's sword side, so yeah, he's gonna pull it back. Not worth sending that in to get shot up. Oh, big jabby volley. I don't know if that was from the Levy Freeman or the sword band. I think the Levy Freeman. I'd say a good start for the defenders here. Able to do a good amount of damage to that thorax and kill a couple of Hillmen, I think. At least one Hillman. I don't think the other one got away. Probably died too. He's gonna pull these slingers off that wall. He probably just realized he wasn't gonna. Yeah, there's not really any good shots to be had from up here. So the one thing the attackers do have is an archer advantage. So if they can get angles that don't let the slingers shoot back, but it's going to be pretty hard to do, because if you put your archers here, they're going to get slinged up real bad. And as I've said, you can't really push this way on this map. Not the best artillery shot here. I guess these sword band are kind of bunched up. Maybe throw one shot into here. But they're also cheap units, so I don't know if that's really worth it anyway. A couple of them hit there. Veteran riders on the defense. But he did opt for a heroic noble Jin. I don't know, maybe see if he brought another heroic. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't think he would go for 2 on defense. Very possible I'm just missing it though. Maybe he did. Seleucid throwing in. Okay, I was just gonna say, it's been all Seleucid so far on the actual attacks. Now Parthia sending in a couple of Hillmen. But they're also just going to get crushed. This one might win because the sword band's down to half. Yeah, this is not a recipe for success. And also, these Staraks getting shot in the back. Unfortunately for Iceni, his Levy Freeman's going to rout pretty quickly, so they probably won't get these shots for long. But the damage has been done. They'll try to get them through. Oh, huge jabby volley in the back by the sword band. Will he keep shooting? I would, because this thorax kind of wrapped around, so he'll still get some back shots on these guys. Another Hillman. Okay, this is a pretty good move by the attackers. Send that one in to bait this, and then finish him off with the other Hillman. Oh man, that Thorax. 76 kills, but as you can see, like, barely any work on the Chevron, so they've just killed a bunch of Hillmen. Or Levy Freeman, rather. And if they're down 93 and just getting whittled down frontally. What are these guys shooting at? Thorax? Yeah. That Thorax is going to be quickly gone. The kills don't look terrible, but when you factor in what they killed, it's like basically did nothing. Ooh, veteran riders coming up. Gonna try to get like a charge on these Hillmen. I'm not sure if that's worth it. They still have javelins. Looks like they do. No, they don't. I thought I saw them sticking out. And that will... Good charge there. Oh man, he's already down 30. Did he get hit by artillery or something? He does use frenzy charge. He'll probably just plan to have it resting for a while after this anyway, so he might as well use it. Yep, get it out. Yeah, I don't know why it was already down 30 men before it even got engaged. Oh, Sabian Spearman? I mean, Camel Spearman. And a Gema cab? Oh yeah, I'm remembering. It's been a while. It's been like a couple weeks since I've seen this battle. I watched it live. This is the battle where they brought so much cav on attack. 4 units. And 2 pretty solid units in the Agema and Royal Cataphracts, and then 2 weaker with the Median and the Sabians. I mean, Camel Spearman. I don't know why I keep saying Sabian. I just associate the word Saba with camels. I do have a very nice, like, regular battle replay that I'm gonna probably show after I cover all these playoffs. I'm gonna try to get 4 videos out this week. One today, probably one Thursday, maybe even Friday, and then either Saturday or Sunday, another probably Saturday. I want to get through the quarterfinals this week, and maybe semifinals plus the 3rd place next week, and then finals the week after that. And then maybe do a couple of regular battles, and I can actually handpick which ones were amazing. I have one really good 4v4 siege battle that I was actually involved in. But back on topic, Persian Hoplite's interesting for Parthia here. Don't see this unit very often. Oh, that's I thought these were fighting. Oh, I'm an idiot. These are attacking Persian Hoplites. I guess I'm not too dumb for thinking that though, because they were facing the wrong way. Just chilling here. Maybe they weren't actually. I'm just so used. I don't see Parthia on attack very often. I just usually associate them with being on defense because it's better to have cab on defense usually than on attack. And I think cab's definitely their main strength. I mean, Parthian swordsmen aren't bad, but they're not the best. They have good archers. That's like one thing that makes them good on attack. Archers are usually very important for attacks. Armored desert hoplites are going to be very hard for the attackers to get through, unless they can really get a lot of javelins off on them, because they really don't have any elite infantry. Parthians, I think, are the best thing Parthia has, and Seleucid does have some good options, but it looks like they opted not to bring a good cab unit instead of a good melee. So I would say sus army comps for the attack here, but it is Moby Dick, so when he's in the battle, there's a way. They've got this. Yeah, they might be able to get some good javelins in. I would move this. Okay, are they just gonna throw both units in? That's not the best, because he's trying to throw javelins, I think, but he's got like a quarter of the unit inside the Persian hoplites. Nabatean sort of forcing back the Syrians, which is nice, because they're going to need these Syrians in here to push off these slingers. Looks like they didn't really do any damage to these Nabateans, heavy archers. Make sure there's nothing else going on anywhere. Didn't think so. How's the artillery doing? They've already dismounted. 115 kills, but only about half a chevron, so I think they got a decent amount of them on these. Yeah, looks like they killed a lot of the... Oh, sorry. Voice crack. They got a lot of them on sword band. So I'm gonna say they probably did not get their values worth. I think it cost 710 for the offensive stationary artillery. I'm wondering if they're gonna get a lot of friendly fire here. Like, this is a good opportunity, although a good opportunity to get javelins, but not being executed the best. I would get this Persian hoplite on either. I'm more focused on like this side, and then have this thorax lined up like that, kind of like that, a thinner front, like maybe 6 men, and just throw clean shots. But right now they're lined up more thick with like what, 12 or so guys in the front line, maybe 15. So I think it's a missed opportunity there. And if they're going to win this attack, they're going to have to use the javelins well, because they don't really have any elite infantry, as I've said, to really break through here. As I've also said, this front line, this is like where they got to break through, because this is not a viable way to push unless the defenders don't have any archers to punish you. Interesting, he's put Parthian foot archers, just one unit. Oh, he's moving in a second now. Trying to force out these Nabateans to let them push here. Looks like he's going to try to do it anyway. Oh no, he's just going to move it up to block. But I'm sure the Scorpion, yeah, Scorpion, he's moving in a couple slingers. They need to get these archers out of here, or they're going to get completely obliterated. Fighting Nabateans, getting shot by a Scorpion. Scorpion might actually be shooting the Parthian. Kind of both, maybe. This is a disaster, potential disaster if they don't get these Parthians out. Okay, looks like he will try to. I'm shocked this one didn't take any losses that time. I think they're focusing this one. Really lucky here for Parthia there. I think those archers should have gotten wrecked a lot worse than that. I don't know if these slingers were even shooting. These slingers just front dumping this thorax. Valid strategy. They need each and every thorax they have. Okay, this one also, they've used all their jabbies at this point, actually, so I'm not going to say anything. That's a good volley by, I think, the Nabatean heavy archer. Now this Parthian is getting punished. Really, getting really wrecked, down about half. Persian hoplites, not doing a whole lot. I mean, they've held and given some good jabby opportunities, but they weren't really executed too well. Pretty good jabby spot here, although it is sword side. Although they're getting pretty, I mean shield side, so they're getting pretty, but they are getting quite good side angles on these frontal spots. Looks like he used all of it, so he's going to charge in. Scorpion's going to open up on these Thereos. Yep, good shot there. How many of his kills the Scorpion up to? 58, but I'm sure he's got tons of ammo. I want to see one of these bolts hit. He's going to try to get it out of there. One of them must have hit. I didn't see it though. Killed 3. starting to get the feeling this is going to be a big grind and might not actually be the most interesting battle, but I can tell you this battle was significantly closer than the other one. Yep, the Syrian's gonna have to, yep, get him out of there. They're shooting this unit, but getting shot at by 3. Fortunately, these 3 are bunched up, so they're not gonna shoot very well. Again, attacking archers, getting kind of bailed out. I feel like the defenders could have pretty easily done a lot more damage to them, but they're still done a good amount. I'm honestly think this attack's just doomed because they just will not be able to break through here against, because Chosen Swordband are pretty much equal to Thorax, and Armored Desert Hoplites, I'd say they're also about equal to Thorax, but they'll hold out for a very long time. Unless you're able to get a lot of good javelins off of on them, but the attackers have not been able to do that. They've got some, but as I pointed out, they could have done better. Like right now, this is a very poor javelin angle. They might get some decent shots on this here, but for the most part, they're just kind of chucking it over head on. It's not going to get many kills. Probably going to get some friendly fire even. And Iceni just front dumping the entire time, weakening these units before they even get a chance to get into melee. You're not going to see a lot of kills, but that armor and health values are going to be hurt bad, so it's going to die quicker in battle. I'm going to try to cycle. I don't even know if it's worth cycling out that unit. I think they're just going to get just finished off by the... Oh, I didn't even honestly notice that Nabatea had a ballista. Oh, man, I must have missed 181 kills. Does he still have ammo? I don't think so. Yeah, not just slingers and archers over here. Freaking second Scorpion. This is a very good... Oh! Moby and Cav, there's a good play for the attackers. Moby and Cav, I think he caught that veteran rider completely off guard because they already had about 100 kills. So I think he caught Hyena sleeping over there. He does notice it now. Try to get some slingers up. I think it's going to be too late. That could have been a good potential trap the defenders could have laid. They could have sacrificed that veteran rider, but if they had slingers up on the wall, they could have destroyed the Median as it was killing a veteran. But did not have the slinger quite in place, so I think he just caught Iceni off guard there. It happens. Sometimes you just forget about your cab and you look over and oh, it's dead. Sorry, this really isn't the most entertaining battle, to be honest. It's kind of just how this map goes. Because, I mean, I haven't really tried to attack any other places on this map, to be honest. But everyone does seem to attack here, so I guess it is probably the best spot. But if the defenders have archers, which they usually do, especially on this map, you gotta push this way first. And as I've said before, I think you need elite units. They're very important, at least. You may not need them, but they make it a lot easier to get through. If you can break through here, though, then then this is a very good. Then you're in a very good spot because you basically just can. They can only shoot you frontally if you push down these ways. If you can get into this open area, you can do a lot of work, and that's especially when Cav can come in. I think that's probably what the attackers are banking on, being able to get through here and getting into here, or possibly. Okay, they are using a tortoise here to try to break open a hole. I'm assuming for Cav, but Iceni has enough, and Navatia, they have enough spare units because they've done so well over here that they're not going to let that happen. Oof. These Parthian kills. 13 at the most, and oh man. One of them's still full, one of them's got 93, but these other two are about wrecked with 20 kills total. That is atrocious. That's a good Thoreo shot, getting back shots in these Chosens. We've got their Syrian. This is a good, although I think maybe some of this is getting clipped by the wall. Yeah, it looks like most of it's getting over, but I think a lot of those arrows missed. This is pretty good though. She's doing work on this Nabataean. Assuming it still has ammo, yeah. I see he's gonna get some slingers on the wall, and immediately Sluice is gonna get out of there. Smart. On both ends. Sabian Spearman just not gonna, at least for a while, get a chance to do anything. But if you can save him towards the end, you get an opportunity. Even a cheap cavalry can be devastating. He's still probably a full ammo Briton over here, though. They're gonna try to get a nice big breach for this cav. I mean, they're gonna take. Okay, yeah, he's gonna reposition this one. Hopefully, oh, it's painted ones. Interesting. 104 kills. I wonder if they still have javelins. Because there is a hole here. Although the cav does take a while usually to get over this breach, but there is an opportunity, I think, to get the cav in. I think it's about closed now. I mean, you'll take a javelin volley from this. How much armor? 70 armor though. I think you could kind of shake that off. I would go for it. Yeah, but now it's closed. There was an opportunity though, I think, to get that cav through, and the attackers need something to go their way. There hasn't been a whole lot. They had some decent archer shots here. Some decent Pila angles. But other than that, it's been all defense this battle. Oh no. I don't know if these guys are actually out of ammo or if it's a bluff. I'm assuming they're actually out of ammo because they're just taking it. If you don't know, you can put your archers in melee mode. I can't show you. I don't have, because I'm not in the game. But if you put them in melee mode, it's like the second thing from the left. They'll pull out their sword, and you can trick some people into thinking they're out of ammo. Especially if you have like a lot of kills with them, but still have some ammo left. You pull out your swords, people most likely assume they're out of ammo. Oh man, I think they're giving up here. It's a shame because I think they had a chance. Because Nabatea had to pull away their unit, so it was only 3 units. I think if they threw in a couple Parthians to like distract a couple of the infantry units, they could have definitely got that cav through. And they could have even killed this fresh slinger too. If I would have had this slinger on the wall if I were Iceni. But he had it right there. They could have just gone straight through that and gotten around in the back. It would have been bold, but I think they needed to make a bold move. And I feel like they could have also gotten the camel spearman over there. Possibly even the Jin. I would yeah, set the Jin over there. Because, yeah, it'd be a huge gamble, but if they had 3 cav units against 3 infantry units, I think they could have quite easily broken through over there. Missed opportunity. I'm quite confident that that would have gone well for the attackers there. Great javelin angle here for this heroic noble Jin. But yeah, these Armored Desert Hoplites are no joke. It's a great map for them. If you can't peel them up real bad or get around the side of them, they will hold on for a very long time. They're a very good unit for their price. Looks like both Scorpions got a chevron and like about 150 kills. Good work. Definitely got their value worth. Whereas I don't believe the attacking ballista did. Naturally, the defenders are attacking on this side. Yep, looks like they're going to eat up this Parthian. I'll actually switch on to the mercenary hoplites. Get a good charge off on them. Yeah, they don't have expert charge defense. I didn't think they would. I don't see this unit a whole lot, especially on attack. Snabatine is dying. About 111 kills, about a chevron. That's about, I think they got their value. They're only like a 450 cost unit. They're basically like a really good low tier infantry, but they're a bit more pricey, so you do have to pay a bit more to get their extra stats. I like them though. Them and Sabaean swords. What's left of the Parthian foot archers? Shooting these Britain slingers. This one has her daggers out. They both have daggers out, actually. I'd honestly hope for the defender's sake these guys aren't actually out of ammo. This one's probably not. It's probably a bluff. He's trying to get it away. This one might actually be out of ammo, though, with only 91 kills. But this might have been one over here that was front dumping. So it's not going to have a ton of kills. Yeah, I'm assuming this one's actually out because he's just going to let it get shot. I think they've actually stopped shooting it at this point. There's the painted ones. They can do. They've already done a good amount of damage. I don't know what they got into. I wish I saw that. I love seeing units like that. Naked swords, painted ones, painted warriors for our Aravachi. Nobles got about 80 kills and minimal losses. I do think the defenders are basically out of missile, though. They probably have some ammo left on some of the slingers, but I think by and large they're out. But unfortunately, I think the attackers are. I mean, the Syrians have some, evidently. Dumping on out of ammo per slinger. Oh, this one might actually have, I hope for the defender's sake it has the ammo. He is baiting, archer dodging, I mean, pretty effectively. Maybe he just accepted that this unit was going to get caught out, so he's just going to cut his losses and try to dodge. I don't know. I don't know if I'm assuming this unit has ammo. Only 22 kills. I think Hyena is better than. He's not gonna use up all his ammo and only get 22 kills. So, but man, like, yeah, so the defenders at this point are pretty much definitely gonna win. But I'm just wondering what if the cav just still has not been used. I'm just really wondering what they could have, especially now. Get them in. What are you? You can't just bring that much cav and not use it. I'm not trying to sound mean. I kind of raised my voice there. It's just a little bit frustrating to watch. I remember watching this now. Everyone was kind of like, "What are you doing? You're gonna spend that much money on cav and just they're not even defending us anymore." Like, I could kind of understand them not doing it whenever I was saying earlier, because it would have been risky. Because some of them probably would have eaten a lot of javelins. But I think if they committed all 4 units, or even just 3 or 2, they could have gotten through there. And obviously, as I've said now, I mean, of course, they don't know. They probably don't know for sure that there's nothing here, but I feel like at this point they have to assume they don't have they don't have enough to also guard that and this front line as hard as they're pushing, but I don't think it even mattered. See, this is not it right here. That's gonna be a horrendous charge. Yeah, awful. He even used trample on that. Oh my god. That was a trample charge, ladies and gentlemen. Mostly gentlemen, but I mean, that's how good Royal Cataphracts are, though. They still got 27 kills on that terrible charge. They kind of just walked into this. The hoplites should need to get into shield wall, though, in these hoplites. I don't get it. Why are you going to bring so much cab and then use it like this? In, like, the worst possible place they could have put it in, where there's, like, no room to maneuver. I don't understand the idea. Like, honestly, I mean, now it's too late for sure, but even like a couple minutes ago, they would have put in their cabin here. That Agema and Royal Cataphract, and it's exhausted now because they trampled and aren't refreshing it for whatever reason. Maybe a bit of a mistake here by Icenia pushing out, because yeah, this cab's gonna actually be able to do some work. So I think he's gonna actually salvage, at least Seleucid might actually salvage his like kills, so it'll look like he did decent with his cab, but in reality it was just kind of garbage time kills. But yeah, I think even like as late as a couple minutes ago, they could have still possibly had a chance to turn the tide. They would have done. They could have gotten their cav in, because the Agema and especially the Royal Cataphract could have done a lot of damage. Those could easily get like 300, 400, 500 kills. At least the Royal Cataphract. I don't see Agema cav too much. Although it looks about like a Royal Cataphract, stats-wise. A bit worse. But yep, that's it. This battle, without attempted a cav play, was pretty much doomed from the beginning. They're going to spend that much on cav and not use it. Quickly look over here at the stats once it finally loads. What the heck? Is it going to crash? Nope. I've had one crash, actually. I never had a crash before. Recently I had a crash that happened right as the game ended, which is weird. Heroic Noble did amazing. 197, probably only lost about 40 dudes. Scorpion did really well as well. Veteran Rider did a pretty good play at the beginning, although it was mostly Hillman I think it killed, but then it did get caught out over there. That was one of the few good plays by the attackers, catching out this Veteran Rider. Bread Slingers, the kills aren't like insane, but they did a lot of work for sure. I don't know what happened with this one though, with only 22 kills, but a lot of these were front dumping, so they're not going to have the most insane kills. Believe me, they did a lot of damage. Shows the sword band, looks like 2 of them didn't even get used, but all the ones that did got solid kills and a chevron, so they got about their value worth, I'd say. Bloody Freeman. Painted ones, 222. I didn't really actually see them engage much. It was mostly in garbage time at the end there, though, but they did do really well. And wow, Swordband, they did do completely outmatch Hillman, though, and that's mostly what they fought. But these two, a couple of chevrons, holy crap. I think they killed a lot of archers maybe at the end, but still. Like, I think he got his most kills out of his Swordband. That's amazing. Dare here as Nabatea. His Cavgen did pretty well there at the end. He brought him out. Scorpion did very well. I didn't even see it for a while. Apologies for that. Nabatean Heavy Archers did not amazing actually, but honestly not too good at all. This one did pretty decently, but no chevrons in any of them, but they did enough. The Army are hoplites. They usually won't have crazy kills, but they did their job. They held that choke point. Levy Spearman did his job, taking Scorpion ammo from the towers, and 3 of these Nabatean swords did pretty well. 2 of them kind of racked at Athens. Now on to the attackers. Parthia here. It's John Bog. That's his in-game name, though. uh, Honestly, terrible cav work. I don't understand the idea of bringing that much cav and just not even using it. Attempting to get in around. Like they moved up the tortoises to try to break in the second breach, and then they had an opportunity to. They just didn't go for it. Ballista, all right. I think it mostly killed a sword band though, so it doesn't have a chevron. Parthian foot archers, these two actually did redeem themselves a bit, but it was looking really dire there because they all had like no more than 13 kills, and two of the units were almost completely dead. But it looks like those last two he was able to do decently, but not enough. Hillman got wrecked by a sword band. Hoplites, meh. Parthians, I'm just not a big fan of these units, and they just got wrecked by the Thorax and Armored Desert Hoplites, Persian Hoplites. The first one I think did their job. They gave some good javelin angles. The second one I didn't even see it and it did terribly. Lastly, Moby Dick here. He was able to get some kills there at the end, but it was just at that point it was really late. So I would say effectively 0 kills for both of these units, which is a big shame. His archers did quite well though. I'll give him that. He kept them alive till the end, was still with ammo. He manages the ammo quite well, but didn't do like 200 kills a unit, which is probably what they would have needed to have a chance there, considering how everything else went without a cav play. Hillman did Hillman things. Thorax 271, that's really good. Okayish job on his Thorax. Nothing crazy though. Besides that, that's pretty crazy. Thoreos, you probably okayish. I mean, like around 70 kills for most of them. Besides this one. So yeah, not. It was I'm kind of don't really know what to say besides the fact that I think generally the attack wasn't terrible. It's just a key mistake was spinning so much in cab and not using it, but I'm not going to beat that dead horse any further. No pun intended. So, yep. Oh, yeah, before I forget. So, obviously, guerrilla warfare won this defense, and then they won their attack even more overwhelmingly. So, guerrilla warfare will move on to the semifinals. And unfortunately, Moby Dick and John Bog, their ride ends here. But it was a good season for them. They beat some really good teams in the group stage, and overall, some good meme content out of them. And I look forward. Hopefully, they'll be in next season too. See if they can maybe get a bit further into the playoffs. But I think tomorrow or the day after, I will upload the next matchup. Not quite sure what it is, but you'll see. And until then, see you next time.